class. My name is Danny Lopez. Today I will be doing my speech on congressional term limits. Here's my audience. Here's my son, Nathaniel, my sister, Angelina, my wife, Vanessa, and my dogs may pop in and out as well. So the reason why I chose this topic is because I think it's important for a lot of people out there that don't realize that we have congressmen that are able to serve in office for an unlimited number of years. And by them doing this, there's a lot of change that is not happening due to this. Next slide. So here's my introduction. Basically, I'm telling you guys, and I want you guys to think about this, is how is the president able to serve only 2 4-year terms? The president of the United States. But we have congressmen that are able to serve in an unlimited number of years. All right. With that said, the congressmen are able to serve 6 years. Okay. Every 2 years, there's an election, but it's offset. So 1/3 of the House is up for election. So these congressmen, if I was a congressman and I was elected today, I'm good for the next 6 years as long as I get picked. And then when it's my 6 years, when my time comes up, I can be reelected, reelected, and reelected. That's what you call a career politician. So today, I'll be talking about why term limits are such an important issue in our nation. I'll talk about Article 5 of the Constitution. And on this bottom portion of my slide, it says there are representatives that have been in positions for over 50 years. And this is stuff that you can find on the internet. This is at thelibertyeagle.com, and it'll actually show you a list of guys that have been in position for longer than I've been alive. Next slide. All right. So, as I discussed already, term limits need to be imposed on how long Congress can remain in office. Currently, members of the United States Senate can serve in a limited number of 6-year terms. So I'm restating that because right now, Congressman John Conyers Jr., he's been serving for 51 years, all right? That's succeeded by John Dingell, who served 59 years for Michigan. 59 years, all right? That's crazy. Would you want someone in office that has served that long, that has no fresh ideas, that can't relate to things that you want changed? So many people feel that having term limits would ensure that congressmen serve the people and not themselves, and would end some of the corruption that has been seen by senior members of Congress. All right, that's a proven fact. Most of the senior members in Congress right now, those guys have become distorted because they are taking interest in lobbyists, people that have money to direct things that they want passed, some of the laws. Next slide. All right, so I'm going to talk about Article 5. Article 5 of the Constitution gives us the power to impose the limits on Congress without their approval. All right, so let's say that we go up to Congress and say, hey, we want this law passed, we want this amendment passed. Well, they can sit there and say, yeah, no, we don't want it to. So the people of the United States, because we are the people, we can turn around and say, hey, as long as 34 states request a convention, convention has to be held to make changes to the amendments that we have. So if 34 states go up there, Congress will sit there and they'll say, okay, we're going to listen to you guys. Somebody draws up an amendment to the Constitution so it can be ratified. Once it's drawn up, it gets pushed out to 38 states. If 38 states approve that, okay, then that's a done deal. The amendment to the Constitution will change, which would impose for term limits to be set onto Congress. Next slide. All right, so do we really need to keep officials in office without term limits? All right, we don't. Like I stated before, if the president is limited to only 2 4-year terms and he's expected to change the nation, Why can't we get these Congress members to, hey, you know what? What about 2 6-year term limits? Give them 12 years because it does cost money to change laws and everything else. I got it. But if they're actually limited to that, then they're going to work in that position like, oh my God, I need to get this stuff done. I need to make these changes, as opposed to, hey, you know what, I'm just going to keep getting elected. So this issue can keep getting pushed off. And that's what a lot of people feel that's happening. So think about the issues that people want to see changed in the past and ask yourself, have they been changed? Nathaniel, you're going to be at that voting age here in a couple of years, and you need to start looking at things like that right now, to where it's, hey, there's certain issues that I don't see changing, and see if this happens. See in a couple of years when it's time to vote if certain things do. Next slide. So my conclusion is term limits continue to be an issue that we face. It's something that needs to be changed. A limit needs to be set for those that are serving in Congress. As many of the issues that people are voicing, they're not the same as what Congress members right now that have been in office for 59 years. It's almost impossible for these guys to be on the same wavelength as someone that is 21 years old or someone that is 25. They need to be able to keep up with the times and the times of the people. So if we want change, it's up to us to vote, pay attention to the issues that we want, and we need to make sure that we're voting, right? So if we're not voting, then you know what? We really don't have a say in this, because the way that these guys are being elected is people that have a lot of money, people that are well invested into these guys, and those are the ones that keep getting these guys reelected. Okay? There's a broken and corrupt system. It needs to be fixed, and by term limits, it can be fixed. There's no way around it. There is a website that is called termlimits.org. You guys can actually go to that website and you can look at it. It has a lot of information. It tells you what Article 5 is. It tells you everything that has to be done. There's even websites that you can go to that you can address and put your name on. It's a little petition. There is a law right now, or an amendment that is written up, ready for this to pass. So without further ado, I encourage you guys to learn about this topic. Nathaniel, I encourage you to learn about it, because you are you're the next generation. And if it doesn't change, then it's going to be messed up for you guys. So thank you very much. This concludes my speech.